There's a monster here, and I want to tell you about this monster. This particular monster is actually a perfect analogy for this situation. It's called the cinnamongus bird. And the cinnamongus bird was foretold to be one of these magical, mystical monsters that built its nest out of very, very specific sticks. And in order to get these sticks, which hunters wanted to do thousands of years ago, they would, as the story went, hurl these rocks in order to knock these birds out of their nests to harvest the sticks that the nests were made out of. Now the sticks were this, cinnamon sticks. And the entire story was built based on them wanting to charge more money, more trade for cinnamon. They wanted to be able to make the value of cinnamon go up. Now the story, and the reason why I'm telling you this thousands of year old story, which is clearly not a real-time story, this is from long ago, is because it points to a historical fact that I think frames up our conversation around why any of this matters really well, which is we've been selling bullshit for a long time, way back to cinnamon sticks, right? This has been happening for a really, really long time, and it's a major problem for all of us because we're in the midst of a believability crisis. And the believability crisis affects all of us, whether we happen to be in marketing, whether we're doing product development, whether we have a startup, where we have the new technology that's going to change the world that we live in, the investors that we're talking to, the consumers that we're trying to reach, they're the ones who are skeptical from the beginning. And so let's focus on this and why it happens. Here's a real ad from decades ago. More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette, so it must be good for us, right? Otherwise, why would they have an ad like this? This is not an ad. This is an invitation to buy someone you love a PSP for Christmas. So it's not an ad. Maybe if we tell people it's not an ad, then they'll pay attention, right? Warning. These images have been retouched to make you feel really bad about yourselves. And by the way, here's a real campaign from Levi's that said, hotness comes in all shapes and sizes. Do these 4 asses look different sizes to you? Because they kind of look similar to me. This is an all-natural product, really? Has anyone, raise your hand, be truthful now, has anyone seen a Cocoa Krispy tree in the world, really? Okay, one person there, I want to talk to you, because I want to get that in my house. That would be awesome, right? Maybe we're just naive, right? Evian is naive spelled backwards. So is buying Jersey water in a plastic bottle with a picture of the Swiss Alps. That's naive too, right? But do we really know where any of these products come from? Or are we just skeptical because we have to be skeptical? Now maybe if we tell people what we're doing, right? Maybe if we promise something and then say, oh, by the way, that was just false advertising. We were just kidding. Our bad, right? Then it'll be okay. But the problem is people assume that we're trying to trick them, that we're giving them mind control, right? That's the problem. And so what do? We ignore the messages. We ignore what we look at. In fact, there's even a study that looked at where people look on a screen, and then it coined a term to describe the phenomenon that they found, which was called banner blindness, which is we have developed blindness in order to avoid all of the marketing that we're assaulted by. That's the only possible response. We're just like physiologically blind to it. Now maybe the problem is companies, right? A lot of times capitalism itself is to blame, and so people are angry, right? They're saying this capitalism is at fault. Maybe we need a new political party. Maybe if we just had pissed off as a party, then that would solve a lot of the problems in the world, right? Maybe that's the solution. Maybe we just need better Facebook buttons. I mean, if we just had a throw tomato button or a pass joint button, I mean, how many problems in the world might that solve, right? Better buttons. There you go. There's a technology solution to the problem. But it's not just marketing. It's also the media. Here's the type of stories we see in the media, right? A new pill will reverse aging. It'll save you, no matter what you need to be saved from. Irma is not a Sharknado. Don't worry. And a Sharknado, in case you're unfamiliar with the term, is a tornado made out of sharks. So it's not that. So we're safe. This seems like it should be a fake story, but it's actually a real story that came out a couple weeks ago. So did you know now everybody can run to McDonald's? I have not tested this. I probably should, but I haven't tested this. So I don't know if it's true or not. Did you know that a new study found 85% of Americans don't know the dance moves to the national anthem? Are there dance moves to the national anthem? I don't know. I don't know what they are either. We trust too many things that we see online blindly. We should listen to Abraham Lincoln a little bit more, don't you think? That would help us. Yeah, these are Cheerios. Unfortunately. I mean, that we could plant right next to our Rice Krispie tree. That would be awesome, right? We would have the world's most magical garden if we did all of that. But the bottom line problem here is that truth has a media and marketing problem. Because when you put these things together, we don't know what to believe. We don't know what to trust. And so, we become skeptical. We become skeptical of everything. And so the first time that you go out and start to share a message, people start to be skeptical of it. And so we think, okay, well, we can solve this problem with content marketing, right? We can solve this problem with like brand journalism. And then we look on the homepage of Yahoo, for example, and the #1 video for a week straight is called Squirrel Dodges Lamborghini. And it's an 8-second video of a squirrel running underneath a Lamborghini on a test track as the Lamborghini goes 200 miles an hour, and the squirrel survives. Well, most of the squirrel survives. And you know you're going to Google that after this, right? But my question to you, if you do content marketing or brand journalism, is your brand journalism as awesome as a squirrel dodging a Lamborghini? Because that's your competition. That's what somebody was watching right before they came to whatever you have to offer them. And so our challenge of capturing attention and building trust and engaging that skeptical person is a big, big challenge. Because this is not information overload. This is noise overload.